everybody! Welcome to Wacky Wednesday,
where everything's just a little more wacky.
A shoe on the fan, earmuffs on the deer, pot on the toilet, and goggles on a pug. With a pickle popsicle?
Valentine tree?
That's just us.
We're going to read Wacky Wednesday by Dr. Seuss. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. He actually wrote the words and he drew the pictures. He's the author and illustrator. It all began. Oh, I think Polly wants her goggles off. It all began with that shoe on the wall. A shoe on the wall? Shouldn't be there at all. Then I looked up and I said, oh man. And that's how Wacky Wednesday began. I looked out the window and I said, gee, more things were wacky. I saw 3.
Can you see the 3 wacky things? I see a broken hose, a worm chasing a bird, and bananas growing from an apple tree.
I went down the hall and I said, hey, 3 more things were wacky today.
Can you see 3? I see an upside down picture, a candy cane leg, and a double doorknob.
In the bathroom, more. In the bathroom, 4.
Can you spot 4? I see a fish in a jug, a sock in the shower, a palm tree in the toilet, and an upside down sink.
I began to dress. Then I said, wow, 4 more things are wacky now.
Can you spot them? I see a broken chair leg, a shoe under the bed, a shoe on the wall, and a shoe on the ceiling. And the clock is upside down.
I looked in the kitchen. I said, bye, Cracky. 5 more things were very wacky.
A bug holding up the ice box. That mug is not on its hook. An umbrella in the soup. And the table has a bite out of it where the plate is supposed to be. A mouse chasing a cat.
I was late for school. I started along, and I saw that 6 more things were wrong.
The yellow house doesn't have the steps leading up to the door. The red house doesn't have a door, and there's a tree out of the chimney. There is a window floating in the grass, a cat in the carriage. There is a person driving in the back seat, too.
And then 7 more.
The house is missing a wall. There's a green sun. There's no drivers in the cars. That electricity pole is missing some log. The stop and go are backwards in color. There is a shoe with a bird in the middle of the road, a shoe on someone's head, and a person carrying a car.
And the Sutherland sisters, they looked wacky too. They said,
Nothing is wacky around here but you.
But look, I yelled, 8 things are wrong here at school.
Nothing is wrong,
they said.
Don't be a fool.
There's a shoe hanging from the tree, fur, sill. There's a turtle in the tree, 2 cats by the people. School is spelled wrong. There's a shoe on top of the flag. The flag is mixed up. And the flagpole is missing a piece.
I ran into school. I yelled to Miss Bass, look, 9 things are wacky right here in your class.
The Y and Z are backwards. There's a shoe underneath the table. Miss Bass is wearing roller skates. That guy's missing a head. That guy has pink hair and he's backwards. That guy has a beard. She's standing on his head, and the Sutherland sisters don't have a jacket. And that's not George Washington, that's Abraham Lincoln.
Nothing is wacky here in my class. Get out! You're the wacky one! Out! Said Miss Ross.
Look, the phone cord is leading into the flower pot.
Hello, this is Miss Bass. I'm reporting a wacky kid in my class.
George Washington, that's not how you spell it, and that's not him.
I went out the school door. Things were worse than before. I couldn't believe it. 10 wacky things more.
That building is floating. There's a shoe in the flagpole. The flag is opposite. He's walking, and an alligator. George Washington is sitting backwards on his horse, and that guy is sitting in the water. That shoe is in the tree trunk. That lady is walking her baby on the roof of a car, and that shoe is on the hood. There's a giraffe coming from the sewer.
Then I counted 11.
There's an alligator in that baby basket. She's walking a tree. For sale. A yellow tree. Chimney in the tree. That door is horizontal. Grandpa in a baby carriage. And there's a shoe on the cloud. That baby carriage doesn't have any wheels. That purple baby carriage doesn't have any back wheels. That baby carriage has a ski in front of it.
Then 12 worse things. I got scared and I ran. I ran and knocked over Patrolman McGann.
As you can see, that airplane is flying backwards. That car is floating. There's a door on the sidewalk. That carriage has shoes. That person has at least 1 million babies in their carriage. That pig has some chicken feet. That lady has wheels for shoes, and there's a floating window. A jaguar pushing a carriage. Shoes where someone should have been standing. Pushing a carriage that's upside down. Baby pushing a man. And that cow has 2 tails and no head.
I'm sorry, Patrolman. That's all I could say. Don't be sorry, he smiled. It's that kind of day. But be glad. Wacky Wednesday will soon go away. Only 20 things more will be wacky, he said. Just find them, and then you can go back to bed.
Roll up sidewalk. Patrolman McGann has 3 legs. That lady's missing her head. And that dude is sitting upside down. There is an airplane landing on the street. There's a floating house. And all the cars are going up in the air. 2 suns. Floating car. Person running with the carriage. That tree is missing its trunk. Floating. Chimney. Bush in a shoe. Houses stacked by 3. Lady pushing 3 kids that are walking. Floating chicken with carriage wheels. Fish fishing a man. And that pig doesn't have any legs.
Wacky Wednesday was gone when I counted them all. And I even got rid of that shoe on the wall. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, for Wacky Wednesday. If you found any wacky things maybe that we didn't spot, tell us in the comments below. Or tell us some other fun, wacky things that you can come up with.
Bye! I see the hose looks detached.
Yeah.
And there's bananas in the tree. There's a worm chasing a bird.
Yep. And that is
I saw 3.
Good rhyme. Then there's one that's actually extra tricky. You have to really, really look for.
Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me.
I won't tell you, but I'll let you know it's on this side of the paper, or of the book. Oh man, he's missing
his head.
6. Oh, Miss Bass is quite angry. So I went out the school door. Things were worse than before. I couldn't believe it. 10 wacky things more.
Now there's blue stripes.
Oh yeah, and no stars.
Asleep.
Well, you're allowed to sleep in the vehicle.
No.
But you can't walk a stroller without the vehicle. 6.
6. 9.
9.
One more. Don't tell me now this one.
Let's see. I see the 10th one. Oh, I see it. Here, I gotta open up the book a little better so you can see. Only 20 things more will be wacky, he said. Just find them, and then you can go back to bed. Are you can them all? 5. 6. Strollers with the babies walking. 7. No stroller.
Just a bird.
10. Policemen with 3 legs. 11. Sidewalk rolled up. And what are we on? 12? 13. Stroller on the highway. 14. Floating house. 15. Floating chimney. That was a pretty good book, wasn't it?
Yup. Hey, wacky wooga wow wow wah. Hi everybody.
Welcome to Wacky Wednesday.